I am Pastor Jason Reynolds, the pastor of Emmanuel Baptist Church, and I too have been asked to give a testimony. I'll try to keep mine brief. I'm not sure if many of you are familiar with Baptist tradition, but the African American Baptist pastor has an ability to speak for long periods of time. And so I'm going to do my best not to live into that experience. Amen. So when I was coming out of college, I was one of those students that did not want to go into my vocation. I had got a degree in engineering, but my heart was in ministry. I believed that that's what God wanted me to do. In fact, I was crazy enough to move to a city I was totally unfamiliar with, to follow a leader of mine, a mentor of mine, to begin to do ministry, to plant a church in Detroit. Now, I was unfamiliar with Detroit. I'm from Chicago, so I figured if I can make it in Chicago, I can make it anywhere. I'm from Chicago. That's just kind of how we feel. Any other Chicagoans in the room? Okay, I'm by myself. Oh, amen, amen. Okay, good. I'm not completely alone. Hallelujah. So I get to Detroit, and we're planting this church, and we're planting in an area that is just, I believe, is just south of Wayne State. Come to find out, it is one of the poorest zip codes in America. There is a 2-block stretch by which our church was separated by maybe 2 blocks from this area, where there was not one father in the home for 2 blocks. Not one father, not one male over the age of 16 was in the home for 2 blocks straight. And so I'm young. I have no idea what this means. But we're going to start a church. And I'm excited to start this church. And in my faith tradition, we speak about God often as Father. And so I'm going, and and this is street ministry, not sure if you're familiar. We go door to door. We've almost felt similar to Jehovah's Witnesses. We were those people that everybody wanted to ignore when you come around. You know, we were those people. And as we would begin to knock, I noticed that there was a huge disconnect. As much as I would try to communicate Father to these young men, they had no connection point because every single one of them did not have a father. Their viewpoint of father was lost, and we had to re-communicate the faith in a way that they could understand it. Now, that is a small thing in many ways, but it's a big thing when a group of people lose an understanding of life. And what I didn't know then was why that was the case. Now, of course, there are people that have done bad things. Some of them rightly needed to be in jail. But what was being enacted, as I've come to learn later, was the 3 strikes rule in Detroit, similar as it has been here in Chicago and many other places. And as I sat with one of the judges, this is when I was more local to kind of help explain it to me, I've come to find out that there were people who were trying to change their lives, but caught in a system where this last mistake could have been inconsequential, but their judgment by the rule was a limit of 15 years. Judges whom I've talked to that said they wanted to walk away because they had to be the ones that say, this is what you get. So my testimony is, I understand structural, and it's different. We're not talking about individual people. But if individuals have to work within a system that is still set up against other groups of people, we have to be able to break down those systems.